Well, that's it for now. We are back with the late news at 10:45. But the news continues here on BBC One as we join our colleagues across the nations and regions for the news where you are. Bye-bye.
And now the news for the East Midlands. Hello, I'm Carolyn Moses. The Lincolnshire and Nottinghamshire Air Ambulance Service says it's responded to a record number of call-outs this year. The charity says it's flown more than 1,700 missions. And to mark that, the Prime Minister paid a visit. Victoria Higgs reports.
It costs the Lincolnshire and Nottinghamshire Air Ambulance Service around £10 million a year to run its round-the-clock operation. The charity relies entirely on donations and legacies. Each mission costs around £4,000.
The generosity of the people of both counties is huge. We're going to do more in Nottingham. That does cost more money, so we always seek the generosity of the public, which this time of year is absolutely heartwarming and amazing. The team don't know what they're going to until the bell goes, but they can deal with everything. They're equipped to deal with everything, and they're trained to the highest standard.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has visited the service to thank staff for their work.
Particularly at this time of year, most of us are with our family and friends, those that are in our armed forces, emergency services, working really hard to keep people safe throughout the holidays, and it was lovely to be able to come here and thank them in person.
The charity says it's extended its flying hours with pilots using night vision goggles. It also now funds a critical care car that operates at weekends. Victoria Hicks, BBC East Midlands Today.
Now, cost of living pressures are continuing to make life difficult for people, but a group of volunteers in Nottinghamshire are helping out this Christmas by collecting surplus food from supermarkets. The Stapleford community group's making sure that food gets to those who need it. Simon Ward reports.
On this Christmas Eve, Richard and Stephen have been out during the day to a range of supermarkets collecting food that might otherwise not be used. All the produce is sorted here in the local Scouts Hall by volunteers.
I think it's getting more difficult for people because of the cost of living and the price of everything going up, and we do see more people coming to us, but it's easier for people to come to us now because we're Stapleford Community Group doing this locally. There's lots of groups all over the place doing it, so there's a lot of good people out there helping people.
This project has been running for around 7 years and there are no restrictions on who can benefit.
With this stuff, this way that would normally go to waste, you don't need a voucher for it. So we say, if you're a millionaire, you can come and have some. It's for anybody who wants it, rather than it go to waste.
Later, people will be along to collect this surplus produce to put it to good use this Christmas. And the volunteers will be back doing it again in the new year. Simon Ward, BBC East Midlands Today in Stapleford.
Mountain rescuers are warning walkers not to explore Mam Tor in the Peak District, but to keep to main routes. It's after a man got stuck and had to be rescued yesterday. Edale Mountain Rescue Team says it's the second similar incident in recent months. It's advising walkers to avoid straying onto the face of Mam Tor or surrounding steep ground. Now, a Ukrainian refugee who fled here following Russia's invasion says she's found an unusual way of coping. Daria Tarasevich makes and decorates gingerbread houses since she moved to Radcliffe-on-Soar with her husband and son. She's showing her skills online and says it's been a source of Christmas comfort.
When I'm trying to talk to my friends, we need to find something positive to talk about. Most of the news that they've seen, they are not very nice, very frightful, so they need some good things, something beautiful. So I think that it's not only for me helpful.
Well, is the Christmas weather going to be helpful? Here's Jill.
Hello, good evening to you. A very mild but a very gusty day today. We've still got a yellow warning for wind across parts of Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire until 10 o'clock tonight, so some very strong winds still expected. They will ease slightly overnight, as will the cloud and those showers, so something slightly drier for a time. That cloud will build back in though as we head into the early hours of Christmas Day. Temperatures back into single figures, but you'll notice those wind gusts still pretty strong. So we might get some early brightness, then that is quite short-lived. The cloud builds in, followed by some of these showers, longer spells of more persistent rain as well later in the day as well. Still mild but still very blustery. The brighter weather though soon follows on Boxing Day. There's plenty of winter sunshine before an unsettled week ahead.
Well, that's it this Christmas Eve. We're back with you at 1:05 on Boxing Day. But from all the team here, do have a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.